Hi there, I'm Cher Johnston, and welcome to my happy place. I have a pattern. I printed this out. There's a link in the description of the video to my Ko-fi site where I have a free pattern. And I printed it out, and this is what it looks like. Printed. That's not what it looked like when I made it. This was an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So that would be about 8 inches. But it doesn't matter because you don't really need a pattern. I have a compass, and I did a square, and then I used a compass to get the outside perimeter. This piece I made with batting in the middle. And then I washed it. It looks kind of cool. If you watch my channel, I did this, and after I washed it, I really liked. So you can see the difference between this and this. Maybe you can't see the difference. You can definitely, in person, you can definitely see it. You can feel it. It makes a huge difference. So this one, I did all of this on one side, and the other side was just this white kitchen towel that I love working with. And then I sewed on some little die cut flowers and hearts and stuff. And then I washed it, and I really liked the way it turned out. I really liked it a lot. So I took off, this was one of the flowers that went through the wash, took it off, put it back on. I put more, because this side was all white, right? I put on more little pieces, and I sewed like this one here. I sewed around that, and I sewed down the leaves. I sewed around the giraffe. I sewed this just around. I sewed the little lines here in this. And I also put this stuff. I got this, I don't know, years ago. It's cotton. It's like bias tape. If you sew at all, you know what bias tape is. But bias tape this is fabric that is cut. It's cut on the bias. What that means is that the threads go this way and this way. So the bias, if you want your fabric to fray, just cut it on the bias with the edges there, and the edges will fray like this. And I love this stuff, especially like for junk journals where I want that frayed edge to appear. You use this, chenille it, or just cut it on the bias, whatever. So you stitch it, wash it, and you're done. So I did lots of little tiny stitches, and I put the bias tape along the edge, and I'm going to wash it. Then I will finish this video tomorrow, but it'll be just a second for you. Okay. So now it's all dry, and I really like it. So I have these two pieces. Let's talk for a minute about thread, because I have new thread. I'm so excited about it. This is Aurifil. This is 12 weight. Now you know the higher the number, the thinner the thread is. I think most of what we use is number 8 pearl cotton. So this would be like a number 12. I also got this. This is like 30. This is like a sewing machine thread. And I have been using it to hand stitch. It's also Aurifil. It's 100% cotton. which I really like. I went to Joann's once looking for 100% cotton, and they did not have any. So I have this color, I think is called Berrylicious. I think it's so cute. I love it. Then this needle that I have is not that one. See, I need this bowl so I can keep these things in here. It's a Bowen needle. These are number 10. This one is a number 5 because it has a large enough eye and it's small enough to go through. I have many, many, many layers here that I'm going to go through. So what I'm going to do, I put a hexagon in the center of this one so that I could use the points of the hexagon to draw my lines. So I want, let's see, that's 2¼ inches. This is also almost kind of 2¼ two. Look at that. Look at that. So I'm going to make lines, and I'm not going to sew across the center. Maybe I should. But no, I'm not. I'm going to sew here and there, I think. I think that's what I'm going to do. But we might not need to do that. So I'm going through the points in the pattern that I did. Let's see, this one has to stop right there. In the pattern that I did, it has, wait, it has all the points. But like I said, you don't need the pattern. But if you wanted a pattern, it's on my Ko-fi site. I'm having a hard time seeing the points of this hexagon. And you know what? I don't think it matters too much. You could also just fold it. The blah, blah, blah. The tutorial that I saw, she just folded it in half, and then she folded these in like that, and then she marked those lines. So that's kind of similar to what I've done. And she did it on the sewing machine. She just took 2 pieces of fabric, sandwiched some quilting batting, and made, 2 circles. But I do slow stitch, so we're going to do same concept, but slow stitch. Now the number 5 needle is kind of nice and long and thin enough to go through all of these threads and go through to the back. Yeah, see? Those are some nice long stitches. I don't know that it matters, as long as they're secure enough. And you'll notice that I'm going back one stitch and forward like I guess this is a stem stitch. Now I'm going to go across this way. Just because, mainly because I don't want to end off and start again. And you can fast forward through this part if you'd like, because I don't think I'm going to say anything important. Probably talk about my grandkids or I have 4 brothers and sisters. I may have mentioned this before, but I don't care. You're going to hear it again. All 4 of my brothers and sisters have September birthdays. And the joke when I was growing up is that it was my dad's birthday present because his birthday is in December. Oh, I wanted to go just to there. Oh well, doesn't matter. I don't think it matters too much. Like I say, close only counts in horseshoes, hand grenades, and H-bombs. Certainly doesn't count in stitching. A lot of people did these bowls, vessels, whatever. Of course, you will have seen it before me because this is going to be the thumbnail of my video. But I haven't seen it yet. So there's a lot of fabric there. Okay. I'm going to have to do the back and forth stitching here. And then let's do a knot. And then a quilter's knot. And then let me just check and make sure that I'm, yep. All right, so I did this. I think next I'm going to do this, and then last I'll do that. I'm going to start in the, I don't really have this on there. Well, look at that. It's kind of not really centered. I'm going to try and move it a little bit because I can. Oh gosh, okay. So let's do, I have an idea. I have a pin here somewhere. I just saw it. There it is. Because I think maybe it moved while I was stitching. So there we go. Now it won't move while I'm stitching, hopefully. There's my Mickey Mouse fabric. I love Mickey Mouse. I have lots of Mickey Mouse fabrics, and I try to put one with every quilt that I make, and I often put them in projects. And I thought that this would be my a good place to put a Mickey Mouse, because why not? Because I do like Mickey Mouse. Okay, now I'm going to go this direction. I was watching Rachel Roxbury. I don't know how that girl films every single day, but there's new videos every day. And sometimes if you watch her, sometimes she says that she's filming that in advance. She just has everyday videos. When I first started my channel, I had this idea that I was going to film every day. Oh my gosh. It's really not that easy making videos every day. But also, I realized I don't think she edits. Like when I first started, I um, did a lot of editing. And when you do that, when you like film a section and then you stop and you film another section and then you have to stitch them together later, that's a lot of editing, and it was taking a really long time. I decided that's not fun for me. So I'm not going to do that anymore. And that's why you're watching me. So, wow, I really got this off, really went off kilter. I also noticed that Rachel, she has this gray wool mat that she sews on, and I think she just focuses her camera on the mat, and then as long as she's on the mat, she's on camera. I have a mat like that. Use it for ironing. Or sometimes it's just there and my cat sleeps on it. All right. This is close to the edge, sort of. My cat loves the woolen mat. She just really loves it. I think I've talked in the past about my health and my issues with uh, dizziness and lightheadedness, and I realized that I have headaches in the morning, and I'm talked to the doctor. Didn't realize before I talked to him The headaches might be related. So I'm sleeping better. I'm adjusting my medications. But the doctor told me that I could stop taking my blood pressure medication. So I stopped taking that, and I'm taking my blood pressure very often. I started making a log. I have a logbook now. I started logging everything. My blood pressure, I think it goes a little bit high, but not bad. I don't think it's bad enough to warrant medication. And I realized I'm sleeping better. I decreased my insulin also. So my blood sugar has been a little bit higher lately. But I'm feeling better. It's the weirdest thing. But last night, or this morning, woke up once at 5 in the morning and I didn't have a headache. But then when I woke up at 8, I had a headache. And then this morning it occurred to me that it could be I take Benadryl at night and it only lasts for 6 hours. So it's very possible that I well, I know I'm allergic to my cat. Oh, what a silly thing to have a cat that you know you're allergic to. But it could be that I take the Benadryl at night and then it wears off and allergies kick in again. And I'm wondering if the lightheadedness and the dizziness are all just related to allergies. So I have to remember to take Claritin in the morning. So we'll try that for a while and see how that goes. Now I have some clips, some little clamps, but they're over by my chair, so I'm going to have to just let's see. I think I can do one of these. So the next step, okay, look up, look up. The next step is going to be to tack these like this. Oh, I think it's still a little bit wet. Doesn't matter. All right, I'm going to go in, I don't know, I'm not going to measure. I'm just going to go in about, what is that, an inch? Half an inch? Whatever. I'll measure for you in a minute. And I'm just going to do some tacking stitches. There we go. And I can always secure them more later. Here's my might help if I located the stitches. It's about 3/4 of an inch. Then I have some, this is the same Aurifil thread. This is teal. I was using this yesterday. I love this thread. So I'm going to go in about 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch rather. And I got to tell you, the thing that I love about slow stitching is that, or this project anyways, is that I can leave long tails. I can leave, it's not precise, it's not exact. And because I'm not, because I'm not giving it away or selling it or anything, and I can fix it later if it falls apart, which I doubt, because it's not going to be, it's going to sit here at my desk with packs of needles and threads and stuff in it. Because I have these spools of thread, and there's not enough pegs on my thread pegboard behind me. And my packs of needles don't really have a spot on my desk. Sarah Roxbury did a similar bowl, kind of, I think. Although I think she did 8 sections instead of 6. And she just sewed, she sewed up the sides to make it like a bowl shape. So it doesn't have these pocket things here. Oh, and you know what else? You know what I think I'm going to do? Because I have starch, I like to iron. I know that's weird, right? I like to iron, I like to starch when I'm making quilts, like especially with the English paper piecing. I take the fabric and I iron it and I starch it. And it helps keep it, helps the hexagons keep their shape. But I also I don't leave the papers in. I just take the papers out. Oh my gosh. All right. Now I could, oh, so I noticed that like here, my finger will go all the way through there because I didn't stitch that seam. I could stitch all the way down, but my gosh, look at this. And here's places for all my needles. Those aren't really big enough. And I can put my scissors in there and my Nemo thread, which always gets lost. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. And if I did another one, I would do the fuzzy stuff around this edge. And I might do another one. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for watching.